Hello everyone, I'm Yogitha and today I'll be presenting my midterm project on content-based image retrieval. And this goes the outline of the project where we talk about background introduction, literature review and the methods used, what are the results and what would be a probable conclusion and how this project is made. A demo is given at the end of the presentation. And the background introduction mainly consists of what is CBIR and why it is important, how the problem is solved in this project. And the motivation for this project comes from the limitations of traditional image research. Most systems depend on metadata such as file names or manual tags. This is often unreliable. Tags may be missing, inconsistent, or even wrong. Imagine a medical database where scans are mislabeled, or an e-commerce platform where thousands of images have no descriptions. Searching by text alone fails in these cases. Context-based image retrieval or CBIR tackles this by using the image itself as a search key. Instead of relying on words, CBIR looks at features like color, texture, and shape to find visually similar images. This is extremely valuable in medical, law enforcement, e-commerce, and digital libraries. And in literature review, in the research community, several approaches have been explored like color-based method, histogram texture-based method, shape-based method, and distance matrices and query by example. And as a color-based method, such as the early works of Swain and Berlet represented an image as a color histogram. These methods are fast and easy to compute. They are invariant to scaling or rotation. But their drawback is that they ignore spatial layout. Two very different images can share the same histogram if their overall color distribution is similar. The texture-based method describes the surface properties of the image. These are usual for applications like fabric analysis or medical images, but they are computationally heavier and more sensitive to noise. Where the shape-based method attempts to capture the geometry of the objects, but they can be powerful for object recognition, but they rely on segmentation, which are not always reliable. Alongside features of distance matrices also play a good role, where Euclidean distance is simple and intuitive, but it can be affected by brightness or contrast. Cosine similarities captures orientation but ignores magnitude. Finally, the idea of query by example introduced in systems like Cubic allows a user to upload an image as a query. This was a breakthrough in making CBIR practical but still suffered from semantic gap, the difference between low-level features like color and high-level human perceptions of the meaning. My project builds on these foundations by focusing on a lightweight, efficient histogram-based approach with Euclidean distance. And here are the methods, workflow, and the key functions. The CBIR framework we implemented follows a 6-step process. First, the database construction, where all images are passed through the function, which reduces them to 6-bit color presentation. Each pixel is mapped to 164 bits, giving an compact color space. Second, histogram extraction. The function computes normalized histograms for each image, so value sums to 1. This makes comparisons fair across images of different size. And the histograms are then combined and stored in a single .mat file called db.mat using the function build-db.mat. When a query image is selected, it goes through same process, quantization and histogram extraction. The query histogram is compared with all the database histograms and the functions compute Euclidean distance. And finally, the results are ranked in ascending distance and stored as .mat files, and the script cbir.m displays the query and the top 20 results in the montage. This structured workflow ensures reproducibility, consistency, and clarity. The design choices behind this is we chose 6-bit quantization because it reduces computational cost while still capturing the essential color information. We used normalized histogram so that retrieval is not biased by image size. We applied Euclidean distance because it is simple and fast, although it has known weaknesses under lightning variation. And finally, storing everything in matlab.mat files like db.mat and rankdistance.mat ensure transparency and easy verification. Together, these choices keep the system efficient, interpretable, and easy to extend in future works. Now to the results. For a query image like 101.jpg, the system retrieved a very good matches. The query itself was ranked with distance 0 and the top retrieved results had both color and semantic similarity. For other query such as 128.jpg, the performance was mixed. While some retrieved images were visually close, others were not because their color distributions were similar even though the objects were different. This demonstrates both the strength and limitations of histogram-based retrieval. It is reliable when color is a strong distinguishing feature, but it struggles when backgrounds dominate or when semantic differences matter. These are the images we have been talking about and the results. This gives a bad matches. And the evaluation metrics we used to measure the effectiveness are 3: perception, recall, F1 score. Perception, which is a fraction of retrieved images that are actually relevant. Recall, which is a fraction of all relevant images in the database that are retrieved. F1 score, which balances the two by taking their harmonic mean. Our system showed high precision for queries dominated by color, but recall and F1 score dropped when semantic mismatches occurred. This reflects the strength and limitations of using only histograms. And we conclude this project by as we implemented a 6-step CBIR framework in MATLAB using 6-bit color histograms and Euclidean distance. The system is lightweight, interpretable, and efficient. It reliably retrieved visually similar images, with query image also appearing at distance 0. But it also limited. It only captured color. It does not understand texture, shape, or semantics. This means two different objects with similar colors can be misclassified as similar. So, for further improvements, we could add texture descriptions like LBB or GLCM, incorporate deep learning features like CNNs for semantic understanding, and experiment with advanced similarity matrices like chi-square or cosine distance. These improvements would make the framework more robust, scalable, and closer to real-world applications. And from now, our teammate will continue about the demo.
Thank you, Yogitha. Thank you for explaining all the before slides. Now, I will explain about the demo of the MATLAB, the midterm project we have done. Yep. And here is the midterm project. What we have done is I index a dataset, extract 6-bit color histograms, compute Euclidean distances, and return the top k most similar images. And here is the build db.m. This script reads every image in data, converts RGB to 6-bit color codes by using rgb26cc.m file, and builds normalized 64 bin histograms by using this getHistCounts function. And then here we have done the calculation of Euclidean distance. After running this, Let's just run this code again. Yeah, so now we got db.mat. Let's double click on it, and then here we got 100 images in 64 bins. This has been saved to the meta folder here. You can see here it has been saved. Yeah, and then this step is pre-computed. We reuse db.mat below here. Now let's open RGB26cc, and this is the function where we map each cell's RGB to a 6-bit code, that is 0 to 63, to compact color space. And here we count color codes into 64 bins and normalizes to sum to 1. And here we computed Euclidean distance between two histograms. In compute distances, we have done to loop a query against all rows in DB and stores a vector distances. This is the vector I am saying about here. It is having all the distances for all the 100 images, and you can see it has been stored in here, distances.mat, that is in meta folder. These are all modular, so I can swap features or distances later. Now let's go to the CBIR.m. This is the function where we run the CBIR app. Let's go to the core. Here we picked a query image by using this UI get file, and then we extracted query features, and we loaded the database from db.mat, and we computed distances by using Euclidean distance for each image, for that image. Yeah, and then we sorted all the images here. We ranked all of them based on the ascending order and saved them in ranked distances.mat. And this is another file which is ranked distances.mat. This has been saved in the meta folder, as I said earlier. Yeah, this is the mat folder, and the image of top 20 retrieved images will be stored in query result last montage result. And yeah, let's go and run this code here. To run this code, at first we need to be in the source code folder. Yeah, let's pick our query image 101.jpg. As you can see, these are the top 20 images which are most similar to 101.jpg. These are almost same. The first, as you can see, for first 9 are same, and all the other, these are, as you can see, all of them are same, so these are good matches. And there are other images which are not same objects but have same color in it, so we can say those are bad matches for this one. Okay, and then here we can see that the image file and distance has been stored here in this way. Those indexes are also, and you can see that 101.jpg is our query image, and we got distance as 0. That means that is the most similar one, and it has been arranged in ascending order here. And color histograms, 6-bit quantization, Euclidean distance, and top 20 display with montage. This pipeline is modular. I can plug in different features or distances without changing the flow. And yeah, that's the demo for indexing, features, distances, ranking, and visualization working end to end. Thank you. Thank you for listening.